Gotta go real slow. Gravel on a road bike. 28 mil tubeless though, so it's not that bad. Whoop. I would not recommend this unless you have at least 28 millimeter tires, preferably in tubeless variant. I know where we are now. All right, anyway, welcome to the vlog, Essential Cycling. So we're gonna talk about, are you overtraining? And some of the things you can do if you come to the conclusion that you are overtraining. And these are some things that I did last year. And if you're overtraining and you're not careful, you could actually injure yourself. So it's pretty important to pace yourself, make sure you're not overtraining. All right, so the first thing that comes to my mind when we talk about overtraining is you're trying to do too much, too fast, or too soon. I know this happened to me just a few months ago when the summer of 2021 started. I didn't ride my bike all winter, and hold on. Speaking of overtraining, I'm in a hard gear. I lost some fitness, so I thought I was gonna start being able to do a 60-mile ride off the bat. Not gonna do it. So it's exciting when you guys first start cycling. I know that's how it was for me. You want to get faster, you get a power meter, you want to put it down the watts, but it's really important to start out with shorter rides and build it up gradually over time. I would say every week, try to do a little bit more than you did last week. The first weekend you go out, do 20 miles. Second weekend you go out, do 30 miles. Third week, 30 miles. Fourth week, 40 miles, and so on and so forth. And if you're going out on training rides to get fast, set realistic goals that work for you, not anybody else. Now, my problem was I follow a bunch of these really fast guys on Strava, and they're doing 200 miles a week. So I thought, well, if I go out 5 times a week and do a 40-mile ride, every week I'll hit 200 miles. That doesn't work. I am nowhere near as fit or fast as people that do this all the time. And if that did work, I can kiss the rest of my life goodbye. Cycling would become more of a chore and a job, and a lot less enjoyable. So set realistic goals for yourself and don't compare yourself to other people. You should only be trying to be better than who you were yesterday, last week, last month, last year. All right, so with setting those goals, think about other things that you're interested in as far as fitness. So for me, the beginning of the summer came, I was trying to go to the gym 2 times a week, and I was training legs heavily. I was also a few times a week riding a fixed gear bicycle. And then I was also on my days off trying to do these epic rides, a lot of climbing, a lot of sprinting, and my legs were always sore. My power numbers were down. It just was not very enjoyable. So now what I do is, if I go out and ride 3 times a week, I'm satisfied. I stick with pull-ups and push-ups. I don't really do leg day in the summer because I'm outside on the bike. If I want to do leg day, I'll do some sprints, or I'll do some sprints uphill. That's just what works for me. And also, identify what your goals are. Do you want to be a cyclist that has really skinny arms and just does nothing but cycle? If you do, then that's great. I don't want to do that. So for me to ride 200 miles a week, I probably have that body where it's like a stick figure up top and huge legs in the bottom. I prefer to be more balanced, and like I said, cycling is just a lot more enjoyable. So just figure out what your goals are, and they have to work for you. And if they work for you, you can implement a training plan or just have a lot more fun with it and just say, you know what, I had a busy week. I only got there 2 times. I only did 60 miles this week, but it's okay. There's other parts of life than just exercising and riding your bicycle. So just take that in mind. That's what I've done, and I've relaxed a lot. I'm not stressing out about how fast I'm going, how many miles I'm doing. It's just a lot more enjoyable and less of a chore. To your left. All right, so the next thing comes to mind is train to distance and time, not power and speed. Looking at your power, your average speed, for me, it just makes me want to go faster. It makes me want to pedal harder, and that's how you burn yourself out. If you're doing that more than once a week, no good. I would say what works for me is riding as hard as I can, no more than once a week, maybe twice a week, but definitely giving a good 2 or 3 days in between rests. It's kind of like going to the gym. You don't want to work the same body part every single day. You want to give yourself at least a 2-day rest for your muscles and your body to recuperate. So train to distance and time, especially in the beginning. Don't worry about power. Don't worry about speed. Just focus on getting out there for a couple of hours a week. 5 or 6 hours a week, perfect starting point, and then up it from there. Speed and power will come in time. If you enjoy climbing on your road bike like I do, you could also train to feet climbed. I know that if I climb 1,000 feet in a ride, it's pretty good. 1,500 feet, getting tough. 2,000 feet, that's a pretty good climb. So it just kind of takes knowing yourself and knowing your limits, listening to your body, and not biting off more than you can chew. And like I said, the fitness, the speed, the power, strength, endurance, any other buzzwords I could use, they'll all come in time. Just get out there and enjoy it. Oh, there's a bunny right there. And with that being said, listen to your body. You'll know if you're doing too much. So for example, last summer I was trying to do 200 miles in a week. On a Wednesday, I did like an 80-mile ride. Thursday, I did a 40-mile ride. Friday, I did a 60-mile ride. You know that the area around my neck and my arms, basically from my elbow up to my shoulder and the back of my neck, extremely sore for the next month. So what ended up happening was I just overtrained and overused, and because in a road bike, you could see you're not really sitting up straight like that. Your muscles do have to hold up your head and keep you in that position. So, and what happened was, like I was saying, gotta pay attention to what's going on around here. Like I was saying, what was I saying? Damn. So after that, that was in the month of July. It wasn't until the end of September that I could actually do a 2 or 3 hour ride that I wouldn't get a bunch of pain up here. So you really want to listen to your body. If anything hurts after a ride, you really got to cool down. Same thing with the gym. If you're doing something strenuous, if you're lifting the wrong way and it hurts your back, back off or you're gonna get an injury. And that's definitely something that I almost learned the hard way. But now I remember, because anytime my neck starts hurting, I call it quits and I go home. I said, that's enough for me. If it's 40 miles, 50 miles, good enough for me. So listen to your body, avoid injuries, something to keep in mind. Jeez. And my last thought on the subject matter is, it's better to do 5 shorter rides per week than 1 big ride. So for example, if you can only get out there for an hour every night after work, maybe before dinner, after dinner, and you can only do 10 miles, that's 50 miles at the end of the week. But 5 10-mile rides is a 50-mile week, right? As opposed to doing 50 miles on a Saturday, it's gonna be better off for your fitness, and you're gonna get faster and more fit in a more efficient way if you do multiple smaller rides or more shorter rides. For example, 5 15-mile rides would be 75 miles a week, as opposed to doing a 50-mile ride on a Saturday and a 25-mile ride on a Sunday. Break it up into smaller rides to get that same amount of mileage. It's going to be a lot easier on your body and probably more fun. Shorter rides are fun because you don't have to bring as much crap with you. You can see I've got my bar bag, I've got my big bag in the back. Got to worry about locking the bike if you need food. I'm trying to do quite a long ride today, not like I was saying, not too long, but really learn to embrace shorter rides. They're a lot of fun, and a lot of times you can go faster on them too. So those are all my thoughts on the subject matter. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Ride safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.